Okay, I just realized, yes, I just realized, and I forgot, I don't have any pesto in the house. So we're gonna do a modified recipe here. We're gonna be using the new Ninja SPEEDI. I made broccoli Alfredo the other day. Today we're just going to be doing chicken spinach, roasted tomato, rigatoni, pasta dish. I don't have any artichoke bruschetta. I don't have any pesto. So this is basically an episode of Chopped. Or we're going to call it, use what you have on hand to make dinner tonight. So yeah, let's just jump right in, and I'm super stoked, super excited to be using the SPEEDI. Yes. So basically it's the same recipe that I used to make it in the Ninja SPEEDI Smart Lib. I'm going to pop over to the sink and get some water. We're going to be putting in here 1 3/4 cup of water, but we're going to turn it into chicken stock. So that's 1 3/4 cup of water. We're going to be using the Better Than Bouillon, which I need to pick up more of this next time I'm in Flag or Page. You're going to take out approximately 2 teaspoons. It doesn't have to be exact. We're just adding some flavor. Instead of just using plain water, we're just adding chicken stock to give the pasta dish a bit more flavor. And since we're using chicken. Next up, we're going to go ahead and add 1/2 cup of milk. You can use heavy cream or half and half or milk. Just use whatever you have in your fridge. And I'm going to even change this up even more because I picked this up, local store. It's a Newman's Own Alfredo sauce. So this is the 3rd different sauce that I'm using. I'm going to go ahead and add the entire jar. And I should have put a little bit of milk or water in here. So we're going to have a little extra water, which is not a bad thing, I'm learning. Shake, shake, shake. And the jar, I should have told you the size. It is 15 ounces or 425 grams of Alfredo sauce. And we're just going to whisk this together. Perfect. I don't have any penne pasta in the house. I have a big shopping trip to do, everybody. But I am going to use the other 8 ounces of... The 8 ounces are 200 and... I'll have to do math later. So we just added 8 ounces of rigatoni to this dish right here. Put that off. So... all that's in the bottom. You can go ahead and add some seasoning if you want. I think I'm going to try... Usually I wait till afterwards, but why not? I have some minced garlic in the jar. So I'm just going to add like a teaspoon of the minced garlic. And I'm going to change it up too. I have Italian seasoning. I'm just going to sprinkle some in. Not a lot. Maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. We're going to take the shelf or the rack, bring the legs out just like so, and we're going to place that right in the Ninja SPEEDI. So to the chicken, I'm just going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and some Italian seasoning. Not a whole heck of a lot. I'm also trying to use as little dishes, if that makes sense. I want to use as least amount of dishes as I can. So I'm going to bring the tomatoes and the chicken over here, and I should have, yeah, hindsight's 20/20. What I would do, just place it on the rack in the Ninja SPEEDI. I don't think it's a Ninja SPEEDI. It's just Ninja SPEEDI. Let's go over here. So I'm going to take that chicken and put it right here. Right here. This is going to be very close to the element. So I am curious to see what's going to happen with this. All right. Take the tomatoes. There you go. It's probably like a pint of tomatoes. And I liked how it charred the last time. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's on the, I don't want to call it a review video. It was the, excuse me, it was the unboxing video. So I am going to take a little bit of avocado. and spray everything. Not much. And like I said, I should have just did this in here. It would have been easier. And just made a little bit more. So the max Italian seasoning is probably like 1/2 to 1 teaspoon. And that's it for this recipe. And I just made this. Go ahead and shut down your lid. So I just wanted to point this out. See how this flips back and forth? This switch up here controls the air fry stovetop, or what we want is speedy meals. I'm going to leave it on speedy meals. We're going to turn it down to 375. The time, we're going to try 15 minutes on this. All right, let's hit start. All right, so this is like the first time I'm not using the speedy, but this is the second time I'm actually using this speedy. But I just want to show you, see the steam coming out? So I wouldn't have this under a cabinet or anything like that, because that is quite a bit of steam coming out of there. 2 seconds left. Okay, so this one just shuts off and beep, beep, beep. Now we're going to open this up and we're going to see what we have. Oh, lovely. That chicken's done. I can tell by looking at it. Wow. So we're going to take the chicken out. I'm going to cut this up. It's not as, using the speedy meals, it's not as tough as it was when I did it in the one lid. I call it the one lid. It's a smart lid. And I don't mind the char of these tomatoes. I am going to bust them up just a little bit. So I want all that stuff to get right into that pasta. Let's see what the pasta, oops, whoopsies. And be careful because this will drip. I'm just going to go over and pop mine in the sink. Beautiful. All right. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, can you guys see that? Sorry about that. All right, so this is more soupy than it was the other day. But what I found out, does this have keep warm on there? No, it doesn't. However, it does have sear saute, so I can always sear saute to get rid of that liquid, but you don't have to. That's what I found out the other day when I was using this. I am going to grab a spoon. We're going to do a taste test. Just some of the liquid. Whew, you can taste test your pasta, but I made this, actually I should taste it because I use speedy meals instead of steam crisp. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's very good. So I am going to grab a pasta because, like I said, I did the speedy meals, 375 for 15 minutes. I just want to make sure the pasta's done. Okay, get that out of there. It's going to be awful hot. Okay. Woo, hot, hot, hot. This pasta is not done enough for me. This is definitely al dente. I like mine cooked a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is take it down here. All right, next up, we are adding a ton of spinach. If I can get this, there we go. Picked up some baby spinach today. That's a giant handful. We're going to add quite a bit of veg to this. A handful and a half. I have this large container. It's like 10 ounces. And I probably added almost half of it. And if you want, I probably should start doing it. You can actually give this, because to me this isn't baby spinach. I would probably, next time, give this brand of spinach a chop. And I might add a little bit, oh, shoot. It's got all wet. I'm just going to fold this in because this is going to cook right into the pasta dish. And I'm going to let that sit for a bit. And I'm going to go over and chop up the chicken. I'll take you with me. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, where's a knife? Yikes. And it just stinks because I don't have any sun-dried tomatoes and I don't have any pesto in the house because I would probably add a little bit. But this is kind of like an episode of Chopped, so it's all good. I don't like the tongs. I'll use a fork here. I'm just going to chop it up and see how crunchy that was? That's what I've noticed when you cook certain foods, especially chicken thighs, maybe because they're thinner. When you cook them close to the burner, the heat source, the heating element. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna take you back over here to show you what's going on, because I can hear it. I'm gonna turn it down, going down to low 1, because I can hear it starting to bubble. I don't want this to bubble, boil, or anything like that. We just want the pasta to slowly cook for a few more minutes. And this won't happen with all pastas, and it won't happen with all brands. So whatever brand, I have to use an off brand because I'm up here in Tuba City. They don't have like Barilla. Well, they have Barilla, but they don't have rigatoni with Barilla. So I just have to use whatever I can get my hands on. So I'm gonna let that bubble away while I chop chicken. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken right back in. This is chicken thighs. You can use chicken breast. I just used what I had on hand. Like I said, this is kind of like an episode of Chopped. Oh yeah, I want a bit more garlic. I'm just taste testing it to the way I like it. Add a little bit of garlic. It's probably like a teaspoon more of garlic. All right, so far this has been simmering, well, on low, because I turned it down to 1 for about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. This looks awesome. Yeah, I kind of like the extra moisture because as this sits, it needs more and more, like a whole jar of that stuff. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then we'll do that taste test. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. This had to sit for like 12 minutes on low just to get that al dente cookedness out of it. I had to make sure the pasta was cooked to my liking. If you like al dente, that would have been perfect before, but probably add a few more minutes. So I taste tested this, and I'm going to add a few more spices. Well, spices, herbs. Because it's kind of, I'm going to add some more Italian seasoning first off. I wish I had some pesto or something in the house. Or even sun-dried tomato. Pesto especially. I think pesto adds the best, I think it's the best seasoning for this type of pasta dish. It's fantastic in here. But I'm just trying to liven it up a bit. And I think I'm going to add a bit more garlic too. So, and this is how you do it. You just make a recipe. It doesn't come out the way you like it. You just work on it and just keep doing it. And soon you'll have a perfect recipe. Well, perfect to your liking, because everybody's tastes are different. And what was I going to get? Oh yeah, a bit more garlic. The garlic's kind of weak. So I got this mint stuff in the jar, so it's not as powerful as fresh. I'm going to give this a stir. I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes. Let me shut it off. I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes so those flavors can meld into the pasta and everything else. But it really needed some more seasoning. Pesto. Ah! Just got out of my shirt, man. I gotta take this off and wash it. Ah! Okay, so this recipe came out fine. It's just the pasta it wasn't cooked enough for me. And I also believe that it needed to be cooked further for most people, because it was very al dente. So what I like to do too, like if you didn't like your pasta, you can simmer it, or not even simmer, just low, keep it on low to let it cook. Mine cooked for another 12 minutes on sear saute 1. Probably increase it to 2, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to leave it in there because I actually like my pasta super done. So it's going to sit in the Ninja SPEEDI so it'll continue to cook more. But I took some out to do a taste test. And this looks just like all the other pasta dishes that I've been making. The pesto one is my favorite so far. It's really good. Okay, better. It's better. It's kind of boring, this dish. So, me personally, what I would do, like you said, use what you have in the house. I would actually add some red pepper flakes to this to liven it up just a bit, because this is very boring to me. It's good, but boring. Also using that whole jar of the Alfredo sauce is the way to go with these dishes. It just makes it super creamy. See how creamy it is? Instead of dry. The first recipe I made directly from the book in the Smart Lid, it was like super dry. So creamier the better. If you like it dry, don't add as much sauce. But yeah. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos using the Ninja Smart Lid, as well as especially the Ninja SPEEDI.